The Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz is presented by 1-800-Flowers.com. DraftKings official flowers for Valentine's.
Here's what happened, okay? I saw Gojo. I saw Gojo standing next to a bounty house. They were serving wings, the quicker picker-upper. We hugged. We embraced. Gojo told me he wanted wings. I said I want to talk about the bounty house. I won. Here we are talking about the bounty house.
I know. I'm still very hungry, but it's probably good. White shirt, wings, me, right the entrance to Radio Row, not a winning formula.
You only talk to anyone about this bounty house. Like,
It's
this
the greatest
is all
thing
you're
ever.
talking
Why
about
is
today.
your obsession with the bounty house?
So because I have come to so many Radio Rows and so many Super Bowls, I've never seen a house with a second floor at Radio Row. Like a set, okay?
It's true.
It's an actual house. I mean, it's impressive, Billy. It is. Come
it's
on.
the two levels that he likes. I feel like we've seen. I feel like in 2020 we were getting ridiculous, and then it got scaled back to like 2021 was like the weird Tampa year where everything was like on Zoom, and then there was LA. And now we're getting back to like how ridiculous can we be with some of these sets?
I feel like so then next year someone in New Orleans has to dynamite and make a basement. We've got a second
I like
story.
that, yes.
Imagine a Radio Row basement.
Can I make a prediction? Next year, New Orleans. There's going to be a set that has a balcony with someone throwing beads off
Oh,
of.
No doubt.
Bill. Oh, that's the one.
That's
Did you
gonna
just call him
happen.
Bill? You were so
that
excited.
was Bill.
Wow.
That's a Bill idea right there.
That should be our set, though, right? Like we should.
I was going to say,
Hello?
any show should be doing should be live from a balcony on Bourbon Street.
Yes.
That feels like destiny.
That's a great call by you, Billy.
I know. Sounds expensive though.
I'm sorry, I meant Bill. I didn't mean
Nah,
Bill. I don't know where that came from. I've never called him Bill in my entire life.
It's a Bill idea.
That was a Bill idea.
Are you enjoying Vegas so far?
Yeah, so far so good. I'm like 18 hours in, and I haven't gotten drunk enough to affect my job yet at this point.
Right.
So,
Good.
which is in the next couple of days. That's where the real challenge starts.
If you take work out of, what's the perfect amount of time to visit Las Vegas?
48 hours. You don't want to be here any longer than that.
I've gotten burned out like 24, 36 hours in. I got to be honest.
48's the max.
48's the max, right?
You
Like
can't
we're
do
gonna.
any more than that.
By the fifth day, I will feel like I've been here for 4 days and 22 hours. Too long.
Yeah, you got to pace yourself. You're going to be here until Friday or Saturday.
I know, but I'm going to bed early and stuff. It's weird. Like it was a weird feeling to get in the first night I got in, and like young me would have went out to like 4 in the morning.
Well, I was just going to say, Stugotz, for you coming to this place where you can smoke indoors, there's all so
One of the
many
last
things
places, yes.
that you love in here. I wasn't sure if this was going to turn you back into the old you or not.
Well, it hasn't. So
You've been here like 20 hours.
Well, I
though.
got here 2 nights ago, and so what
Okay.
I'm saying is I went right to bed. Old me would have stayed out till 3:34 in the morning.
Sure.
Like I went right to bed.
You told me that yesterday you got stuck in a high-stakes blackjack
That was
game.
night 2. That was night 2.
The
That was night 2. I said the first night, Billy. Bill.
The story was that he was asking the dealer to hand
I
him
was.
losing cards
I
so that
was.
he could leave.
So last night I got myself stuck into I was in a high stakes blackjack table. I wanted to go to bed, but I kept winning. It was such a great shoot. And I'm sitting there going to the dealer, hey, can you stop giving me aces?
Please, God, I can't possibly. I can't split these anymore. If I
Yes.
get another split double combination here that hits, I'm
Listen,
going to be a nightmare.
it was so much money, I didn't want to leave it in my hotel room. It's sitting in my backpack right over there. I'm not
Wait,
even
where's
joking.
That's a lot.
Where's
Billy,
backpack?
I swear.
Go bring it.
Billy.
What?
Someone just threw a 5 at me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
What is
Wait,
happening?
Billy, you guys talk. I'm going to
Making
get
it
the money.
rain.
Hold on.
So you're going to bring over a backpack
I
just
am-
filled with a bunch of cash? What is the payoff for this?
I have no idea. All I know is my dad just threw $5 over the top of this because he's eavesdropping on this, and he thinks he's going to get this back ever. He's
Yeah.
never going to see this again.
Nope.
This doesn't buy you half a bottle of water.
Nope, there's
out
his
here,
hand.
But
So guys, what are you doing? You're just going to show people a bunch of cash that you have?
I wonder if do you think it's in cash or chips?
This seems like...
It seems like a lot of things.
Seems
Is it
like not a
chips?
great
oh,
idea.
Oh God, that's a lot of cash.
That's the kind of run I was on, Billy.
Oh wow.
Holy crap.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
There's more in there, I'm sure.
Stugotz, this looks like a heist.
It was an epic run. It was. Billy's counting it right now as we speak. It's
Wow.
That's 2,300.
Yep.
Oh my.
That's just the hundreds. Then we get into the... Holy crap.
Billy, I had a run.
You have a $2 bill.
I know. I saved that. It's lucky.
Lucky one?
Well, there might be value in the $2
You
bill.
shouldn't be telling people that you're walking around with this much cash.
Well, I just did,
This
Billy.
is
I
a-
just told everyone.
Yeah, this is not a good idea.
you
If I see any of you
Stugotz-
snooping around my bag,
If you see Stugotz around the strip, rob him.
Thanks, Coach.
Look, you just made $5
There
from
you go.
Golic.
My dad just contributed $5
Listen,
to the pot.
do you know how
for
much
you.
money your dad is making this week?
Oh, my God, yeah. That's why I told him, you're never getting that $5 back.
When is he going on his tour? And what I mean by his tour is his Radio Row tour, where he goes down one side of the aisle and he promotes diabetes medication, then comes down the other side of the aisle and promotes like beef jerky.
Oh, it's been my father's ability to juggle seemingly opposing brands all in the name of the almighty dollar is unparalleled. I would argue for a man in 2 Radio Hall of Fames who has so much to his name, this should be the most impressive thing on his resume each and every year. He's probably already doing it now. He's probably, I think at some point he just wanders around a new brand to walk up. Like if he stands over by the Bounty House long enough,
yes,
they're going to have
Bounty.
him slinging paper towels. They're going to quickly pick him up.
Yeah, that's what he does.
That's what they do.
He looks great, by the way.
I know, I hate it.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you hate it?
Because I have to sit next to him and do the show every day.
And
Imagine your 61-year-old father being skinnier and having more hair than you. And now he bit my style on the beard, and even that looks better because he's got the gray beard.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Imagine your dad being 82 and being those things as well, because that's what I'm dealing with.
I saw like a cartoon or something of your dad the other day. There was like an animated version of your dad. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think it was like a graphic, but they did him dirty. He was too gray and too white. Yeah,
You know
he
what?
looked a little
Good.
too old.
Again, all I get anytime a picture of my dad gets posted are, oh my God, dad thirst tweets, and all like Mina Kimes and Elle Duncan and Katie Nolan all in the replies. So yeah, whoever the animator was, thank you. God bless you for doing the Lord's work and taking him down a peg.
Would it be weird? This is a strange path to take. Would it be weird if one of your friends became your mom?
Yes.
Like a stepmom?
Absolutely. It'd be weird.
How would it not be weird?
Did you just kill my mom?
No, I didn't kill anyone.
Wait, paint this.
Swipe my mom.
Paint this picture for a second,
where,
okay? Well, no, paint it for a second.
Well, one of his friends becomes a stepmom. I don't know how it happens. I didn't create this situation.
So, like Kyle Rudolph becomes a stepdad?
I think he means one of my female friends.
He just listed his friends a second ago.
Could be either way, and that's totally fine. But no, I would at that point no longer have that friend, and then no longer have that dad. Yeah, no, be out on that.
Really?
Out on that.
Huh.
I was told.
What if on the flip side, one of your guy friends becomes your stepdad?
Oh, that'd be even worse.
Okay.
That'd be by far.
Which one of your guy friends would you most want to be your stepdad, though, if you had to choose?
Yeah.
If you had to choose.
None of
pick
strange.
one. None of them. What is going? This is day one at the Super Bowl. How are we already on this content? You monster.
This is where we start. We get to football at the end.
Yeah, you can't blow it.
Christ. None of my friends, none of them are fit to join my family.
I was told you were on the Dan Patrick Show.
Yes.
You revealed something to me right before we started this, which was they have gift bags there.
Oh, they have gift bags?
Oh, my God. Tell me about it.
Gift cards for hundreds of dollars of meat, bottles of bourbon and whiskey. And we're going to go out there and try and Stugotz, you wanted me to call him out on Super Bowl Saturday.
Yes, because he came up
blinded by all the gifts.
Right, so I'm disappointed in you because I came up with that idea, Super Bowl Saturday. We've talked about it on our show for years. Dan Patrick says it becomes big news. You know, so I was hoping my friend would call him out on it. But you were blinded by gifts. I understand.
And then I got a bag full of King's Hawaiian rolls, and I was off and running.
You know what? I would have shut my mouth. I would have been distracted too. We have Jon Taffer coming on. You told me you wanted him to rip you for some reason.
That's what he does. He goes in, he finds out what your flaws are, he tears you down, and then he builds you back up. It's the Taffer process.
Would you like me to call him over right now?
John, hurt me with your words.
All right, we love you, Gojo. We got to talk to. We have to talk to Taffer.
You guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be great.
You were blinded by a gift bag.
Can't help it.
Some friend.
The Dan Le Batard Show at Stugotz is presented by DiGiorno. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
And we're back, Stugotz.
Yes, we are. Yep.
Joined by a legend.
A legend, yes.
Some people throw footballs. I throw food for a living, guys.
Okay.
I love the hat, by the way.
Oh, thank you. This is from Taffer's Tavern.
Yeah, well, of course it is. A big T right on the front of it.
Of course. Of course.
A specially branded hat for you.
Absolutely, buddy. How cool is this, huh?
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. You love the Super Bowl, don't you?
I love the Super Bowl. You know, I met my wife at Super Bowl 30
Really?
back when I was on the NFL advisory board.
Really?
Back in those years. I don't know if you guys knew that my connection to Sunday Ticket. Are you guys even aware of that?
Well, yeah. We've had you on a bunch over the years, so we know your connection. Yeah.
Because of that, I went to Super Bowl 29 and 30. Those were the years that we were working on that. And
Right.
I met my wife at Super Bowl 30.
So finish that story. Like, how'd you meet? Like, that's interesting.
So we met at a restaurant prior to on Friday night. Then Saturday, you know, at these events, you have the Players Association event, you have the NFL Properties event, the Owners event. So I'm going to all those events, and at every place I went, my wife, Nicole, was there. Not only was she there, but she was standing in the same spot I was. It was like a fluke. So after the second day, I invited her to dinner. We have dinner together with a bunch of other friends to join us, and she comes. And then when I'm leaving Phoenix and I'm on the escalator going to the departure section in the airport, she's on the escalator.
Wow.
So it was a really strange thing. I
Fate.
guess, yeah.
And so what'd you say when you saw her? Like what?
So, and then she was going to Chicago. I lived in Chicago at the time, and it was just meant to be. And it just evolved, and that was now, 28 years ago.
It's
Wow.
funny that you mentioned marriage because I was unaware of this, and they were telling us this before. Everybody knows you from Bar Rescue, amongst other things. But you also did a show called Marriage Rescue that lasted, I want to say, I was told like 8 or 9 episodes.
12, actually.
12 episodes.
12
Wow.
episodes. And when we did Marriage Rescue, it rated the same as Bar Rescue. It did well, actually.
Uh-huh.
And same network, same companies, all that. So in my contract that year, I was given a choice for the last 10 episodes of the season. I could do Bar Rescue or Marriage Rescue. And I chose Bar Rescue because Bar Rescue, I go to a town for a week. So I'll spend a week on a road per episode. In Marriage Rescue, I was gone like 14 weeks in a resort. And so it was
Really?
a really hard show to make. So I
There's
really
no
just
definitive
chose-
date on saving a marriage, essentially, is what you're saying.
And I
yes.
was gone for months at a time.
Right.
Not coming home for a week and going out for a week and coming home. And so just for my own convenience sake, we walked away from it.
How many marriages did you actually save of the 12 you did, I guess?
We did 12.
Right.
And I think 11. Well, last I checked. But,
Right.
But 11
Okay.
did pretty good. It made
So
a
11 of
difference.
12?
You know, when you force people directly, you know, don't bullshit me. This is what it is, man.
Right.
Take your socks off the floor if that's what she's freaking out about. Pick up the frickin' socks.
Right.
So when you're really direct with people, you can accomplish a lot.
Or do you
Interesting.
feel like, you did it, I don't want to say selfishly, but it was too much for you to do. It was too many weeks away. Do you feel like you ever look around and you're like, you know what? Had I stuck to this, I could have saved so many more marriages.
Yeah, but I say bars, and I
Yeah.
say
I know, but marriages seem more important. I mean,
I look at all the jobs that I've saved.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
And how many failing bars created the failing marriage? So I'm going to say 30% of the bar rescues we do, there's a wife at home or a husband at home who's not happy.
So you're
And they're
saving
in
both.
debt, and the house is on the line. Yeah, so yeah.
Can we have you on next week and possibly you could save mine and Dan's marriage?
Yeah.
I mean, is that
Guys, that's a big challenge. I'm going to need more than a few months for that one.
Yeah.
what's the bar that you've saved that you're proudest of?
There's a bunch, you know.
Yeah.
The ones that I'm probably proudest of are the family ones. There's one called Characters in North Carolina that we did. It became Moon Runners. That was about 10 years. Spirits on Bourbon is a famous one that we did. There's a few here in town. Champagnes, Nevada Brewing Company here in Vegas that we've done. So, yeah, there's a bunch. There's a bunch.
John, you have moments, I don't know if you're aware of this, that will go social. It'll be old moments that you've had, and then they'll come up every couple of years. One of the famous one is you telling people the proper way to pour a beer, where everybody thinks that you pour a beer, you have it kind of slanted so that you don't get all of the, fizz or whatever in the top of the beer. We have a beer here, and they've asked us if you could do this to show us the proper way to pour a beer.
So I would need 2 bottles of beer.
2 bottles.
2 bottles.
Okay.
We need a second beer.
And I need 2 glasses.
Okay.
Okay.
And I need some paper towel rolled up.
We have
okay.
one
Well,
and one
bounty
right
we
now,
can get
yeah.
for you. That's easy.
Okay.
I need a piece of paper towel here.
We need a paper towel.
A piece of paper towel.
When I as we're waiting for the paper towel, if I told you when you were sitting on that advisory board
Yes.
that one day there would be a Super Bowl in Las Vegas,
That would have blown me away. You know,
it's the craziest thing.
those were the days that Jacksonville
Right.
was putting
Yes.
together that franchise,
Right.
and they were trying to get that expansion franchise.
What are we
at that
doing? We're
point.
rolling up the paper towel here.
So what I want to show you is
He doesn't mess around,
this
Billy.
isn't necessarily the proper way to pour a beer.
Okay.
I'm showing you the extremes of what you do when you do it too much one way or another.
Okay. All
So
right.
here's the premise.
Okay.
The premise is if you take a beer out of a bottle or a can and you pour it into a glass,
Mm-hmm.
slowly
Mm-hmm.
versus quickly.
Right.
Now, a lot of people that are rookie bartenders are so scared of too much head, they pour the beer like this, right?
Yep.
Really slow.
I got to be honest. That's how I do it.
And your hair's getting gray,
Yeah.
right? And I mean, this is the way they pour that beer.
Yeah.
Then the guy who's a more experienced bartender, you know, he'll fill the cup more like this, put the beer next to it, and give it to you that way. Now, what happens? If you drink that beer when you put it in your stomach, nothing happens. But if you take this beer and put it in your stomach, look what happens.
Oh.
Wow.
I didn't know my stomach was made of paper towels.
I'm simply showing you, if you pour it faster, you can drink more.
Right.
You see, when you pour it slow like this and it bubbles like that in your gut, you're going to drink less beer, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're bloated.
Yeah, but you feel like you're drinking more beer at the time, you know?
But neither of those is exactly correct. The middle is where you want to be, of course. But it's a point. So if you drink straight out of the can or straight out of the bottle, you're bloating the hell out of yourself. If you pour it into a glass, in theory, that second can would go down a lot easier, guys.
I love how passionate you are about everything. Seriously.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
What else can you teach us?
Well, I can teach you a whole bunch of things. You know, you know, when I met with Matt.
What an open-ended question that was, by the way.
When I sat with Matt, and Matt was who's the founder of DraftKings, of course. One of the founders was on my podcast a few weeks ago, and we were talking about DraftKings and, you know, what makes it unique as a product category and the fact that I can change each game and, you know, redraft and you know, I love all those aspects of it. But, you know, I'm a bar guy. And to me, anything that causes people to stay in a bar, I'm going to make money on.
Sure.
So to think that now you can do this while you're sitting in my bar drinking that beer
It's crazy.
is amazing for both of us.
Yes.
And the combination of the two industries together is really, really special.
Do you like to gamble?
I like to gamble.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not a sports betting guy as much as I am a table gambler.
What's your game of choice?
I'm a blackjack guy.
Really?
I've read all the books, so I'll follow the rules.
Do you really follow the rule?
do.
Like you never play by gut?
No.
Like if you're sitting at the end of the table, everyone's relying on you. You have a 16. You're not supposed to hit because the dealer has a 5, but you feel like hitting. Are you going to hit?
No.
You should.
No way.
I mean, it's your choice. It's your money.
I always sit.
Do you see how much money I had laying all over this table? That was me being selfish. Like,
So I'll normally take the last 2 seats at the
Right.
table. And play
you'll take
those.
them to yourself,
I'll take the last
and
two
you'll play
hands.
the last 2.
Yes.
Okay, at one time.
At one time.
You're a baller.
And that's how I play it.
You're a baller.
Yeah.
So you control the entire table.
Well, I control the last 2 seats, for
Right.
sure.
Have you ever done it? Like, have you ever like made a decision while occupying one of those last 2 seats that pissed off an entire table?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you a funny story. Years ago, I'm in Vegas.
Because there's a responsibility that comes with the last 2 seats.
Years ago, I'm in Vegas, and I won like $6 grand one night.
Right.
And I go up to my room, and I'm leaving the next morning. And I wanted to buy my wife this like tennis bracelet. It was like $20,000. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to go downstairs. I'm just going to bet the whole $6,000 2 or 3 times. Either I'm going to lose it,
Sure.
or I'm going to get to 20, and I'm going to buy this bracelet.
Right.
So I go downstairs. You know, I dropped 3 of the $6,000 on the bet. She deals me the hand. I get 2 aces. I split the 2 aces, put down the other $3,000. Whammo.
Boom.
I win both hands.
Wow.
Right? So literally in 4 hands, I had $23,000. I got up from the table, walked across the street to the jewelry store, bought the diamond tennis bracelet, and went home. But one of my greatest gaming stories is years ago, a friend of mine says, you got to come to Florida and go to High Lie with me.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, okay.
So I go
Speaking
down,
our language.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I go down to Florida, and I go to Dania High Lie.
Yes, we're familiar.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So I go to Dania High. I had never played the game before. You know, the guys are throwing a ball against the wall, and it's sort of like lacrosse and handball.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this kind of thing. And so I decide I'm going to bet a trifecta.
Right.
And I bet my birth date on a game 8 or whatever the hell it was. And I bet, I don't know, $160, something like that. And I won over $8,000.
Yeah. Wow.
So my buddy, I won over $8,000. They take me in the back room. They pay the taxes there.
Right.
They take the taxes out. So I left with a check. I'll never forget it, for $5,300.
They netted you
My
down
friend-
at Dania High Lie?
Yes.
Really?
So my friend who went with
That
me.
is so Dania High Lie.
So my friend who went with me, who goes there all the time, has
Right.
never freaking took me. I won the first time. It destroyed our friendship. We never hung out again because of that. He hated me.
Wow.
For that win that night.
I think Jon Taffer, Billy, should rescue High Lie. How about
Ooh,
that? A
yeah.
new show.
How
Yes.
I could use some rescuing. They
Well,
could make it a lot more fun.
You're right. I think there's like I don't know, 5 frontons left in America or something like that?
I don't. If even
is that too much?
Yeah.
So you guys go and bet and play?
Well, we
own a team.
Yeah, down at it's Magic City Casino. They now have like a highlight league. I think it's called the World Highlight League or something like that. But they've brought in like celebrity investors. So like Pitbull will have a team now. Udonis Haslem of the Heat will have a team. Jorge Masvidal, I believe, has a team. The UFC fighter.
I need a team, man.
You should get
a team. Yes.
You know what? We may be the guys that could get you a team if you want to highlight.
I would be interested in that. That'd be a lot of fun.
I like this. I'm gonna connect these dots.
I like him saving highlight.
It may come at the
rescuing highlight.
We may, as a show, lose the Cesta Cyclones. As a result, they're going to be Taffer Cyclones.
Yes.
But you know what? You want a team? I'm going to get on
I
this.
say to hell with the balls. They should be throwing beer cans.
You're right. You're right. Tell us about the upcoming season here at Bar Rescue.
Wow, guys, I'm 3 episodes away from 250 episodes.
Wow, congratulations, man.
In my business, unheard of.
That's awesome.
So this season's tough, man. Last year I was kinder and nicer.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had an excuse with COVID. It was pretty valid. Their wallets were thin. They had been through hell. This year, you know what? That doesn't carry anymore, man. That's BS. So this year, if you're not making money, it's your own freaking fault. Mm-hmm. So I'm all over them. It's an intense season.
It's your own fault.
Oh, yeah. So it's an intense season.
Get out and
if
get
you're
some
failing today, you're either lazy or ignorant.
Right.
One of the two. And I got to figure out which of the two is, and I'm going to go at you either way.
Okay.
John, let me ask you something before you go, because we were talking about this. We've talked about memes. Why have you seen the memes that says that you're always trying to look around invisible objects? Are you familiar with this?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, so they'll say that you're just always kind of looking like this around things that may or may not actually be there. You've not caught on to this?
No.
Really?
I'm not big on looking at things that aren't there, though, I must tell you.
Well, no, you're looking around them. They're not there.
So I'm probably leaning over a customer to see a bartender making a drink.
Yeah.
I'm leaning between 2 tables to see what's going on at the table in the back.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a middle kind of guy. I'll lean equally to the left.
Billy, it's a
I
bar.
do to
You
the
got to
right.
lean.
Yeah,
you got to look
no,
past things. You got to get an angle. You got to create. You okay?
I'm fine. I was unaware of that, though.
Yeah,
so I'm
the
known
thing.
for looking at nothing.
You're
Yes.
known from looking around things that aren't there, that you look around, or you're just like all of a sudden this will be here, and then it'll be here, and then your face will just appear looking around.
Yeah,
like
but at a bar, there's so
plan or
many
something.
things you
Yeah.
have to kind of find your path.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Radio Row here.
That's
you
right.
know?
There's a lot in your way.
All right. Well, we appreciate this. It's always great talking to you.
Same here, guys.
And 250 episodes,
Yeah,
man.
crazy, huh?
That is amazing. Congratulations to
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Enjoy the rest of your week here.
Enjoy your week here
Thank
in
you,
Vegas.
sir. Okay.
You get the front
after
on.
talking to you guys, I'm a little worried about your gambling losses.
Right.
So
Well, no,
why
I've been
don't
winning.
you hold each other's wallets?
Let's rescue highlight together, okay?
Take care, guys.
All right.
Thank you, John.
The Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz is brought to you by Bayer Aspirin, the official sponsor of Fans' Hearts.
Billy, were you thinking what I was thinking during Jon Taffer, who we love, by the way? He is fantastic, a great guest, but I had no idea what was going on with the beer and how to pour it.
I'm glad
I
you
was
asked
confused.
that.
You look confused. I know I was confused. I didn't know what was going on.
So Jon Taffer we had on, and
Yes.
and you just heard it, obviously. And one of the
Yes.
things that we wanted to talk to him about, and something that we went out of our way to figure out how to make happen, was the beer trick that he's talked about and the proper way to pour a beer.
Right.
And then we had to kind of go behind the scenes and figure out how are we going to get a beer in here? How is the beer going to be closed? Like, how are we going to make this happen?
Yes.
And, we made that part happen. Like Mike Fuentes and Danny. And
It was a great idea by
befriended
Fuentes.
security
Yes.
guards.
Yes.
And we don't need to get into the details, but we arranged it. It happened. Then once we were learning the proper way to pour the beer, I was super confused.
Okay, good.
While I was watching it,
Good.
I was going along with him, but I have no idea exactly what he was talking about.
Right.
I didn't know which one actually looked better or worse than the other one. They looked different to me. You know
The
what I
one
mean?
that he was saying was better looked foamy.
I was confused by that. I was confused by
But
that.
he was saying foamy is better.
I was confused by that. Yeah, Chris is off over here heckling us.
Wait, you
saying we don't get
understand
it.
what he's saying?
We don't get it.
What do you
I
mean?
didn't get it.
Oh, it's next level. Come
Yeah.
explain it to us if you don't
Okay,
mind.
good.
Okay.
I don't know what any of this is set up for you to.
Is it?
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I talk?
No, it's off.
Okay. All right, here I am.
You want-
Okay.
there
I'm
you
saying
are.
when you pour the beer
Right. Yeah.
terribly, all the head comes up.
Yeah.
That is the gases releasing. So
Yeah.
even though it looks like a crappy pour, whereas when you pour it good and you don't see any bubbles,
Yeah.
all that explosion happens in your belly. and
But
fills
when
you
you
up.
put the paper towel in and you started going like this, then
That's what happens in your belly.
Yeah, but that's what happened with the one that was not done.
Oh.
It was very confusing.
But your whole life, bartenders have been pouring beer sideways, so you have
Because
no
they
foam.
want to fill you up. They don't want. Wait, why would they want to?
They wouldn't want to fill you up.
They want you to keep drinking.
More. Yeah.
I thought you had a grasp on this.
See what
I do have a grasp on it. I just don't understand the business of it.
You're as confused as we are.
Good.
Right.
At least we're not alone.
All right. See you later.
Oh, you're gone.
I'll stay. All right.
Wait,
fine.
no. Why don't you pull up a chair? We're going to talk to a ventriloquist.
All right, fine. I'll take an elevator down.
Well, that has nothing to do
All
with
right, I'll sit.
ventriloquism.
He asked you to pull up a chair.
All right,
Yeah, just get a chair
He
here.
didn't ask you to go down a floor.
Yeah, no, just sit down over there. We're going to bring over a
I'll pop a
ventriloquist.
squat.
Yeah, what? I don't know that's...
Wait, who are we talking to next?
We're going to talk to a ventriloquist. We're going to talk to a dummy. You know, it's going to be a whole... It's going to be a nice thing. Talk to Winston.
All right, another dummy on the set. Couple of dummies cutting it up. Looking forward to that. That's what, not you, me. That's what Radio Row is all
I thought you were
about.
talking about
Super Bowl
Chris.
week is all about. We're going to talk to a puppet next.
You know? When in Rome.
We're in Las Vegas.
When in Vegas.
So we have some interesting news coming from an interesting source about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, according to Boomer Esiason,
Foremost Taylor Swift insider.
Boomer and Gio on WFAN in the mornings. Boomer is reporting that Taylor Swift, if indeed she comes from Tokyo to the Super Bowl here in Las Vegas, she wants all travel expenses paid for by the NFL.
As she should.
Well, listen, no, I'm just laughing that Boomer Esiason is the one who's making
I want to
this
know the
report.
mechanics behind that. Like, is she? I like the idea of Taylor herself texting Boomer.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, Boom.
Also,
they're on nickname terms.
I'm wondering if this is how the NFL is finding out, or if like they officially like reached out to someone at the NFL. Like Taylor texted Raj and was like, "Hey, Raj, you want me there? Like, you gotta pay."
Right. Yeah, but how does it get to Boomer? That's what I'm really kind of
She
focused
texted
on.
Boomer. She was like, I got something for you and Gio show, bro.
Who else?
She's
who
a big
else?
listener of Boomer and Gio.
Who else in the CBS Paramount family would it be more ridiculous that they were reporting Taylor Swift? Like, I would never have expected, like, it could be SpongeBob, and I would believe that as much as Boomer Esiason reporting on Taylor Swift.
Okay, guys,
Are you saying Boomer's not credible, though?
I know, I'm just saying, like, what, like, what's the connection to Boom? I mean, I guess it's CBS.
There's
maybe.
the connection to CBS and Boomer.
But
that's how I imagine it getting done.
SpongeBob.
But Billy was very excited about SpongeBob.
Well, yeah. So I have to let's have like an on-air meeting here because there's also NFL news that we haven't discussed yet. Eric Bieniemy, Cliff Kingsbury, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But you mentioned SpongeBob, so I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think about this. So when we had avails and you know parents, you know if you have kids whatever, maybe switch for a second. So we had avails, and it was like the voices of SpongeBob and Patrick were available at Radio Row.
Right.
And I didn't say yes to that.
Why?
Because I didn't know, and at the time we were trying to get people. So like, okay, this is kind of what I was figuring out: is did I mess up? And it seems like the answer is yes, I messed up. I should have had the voices of Patrick and SpongeBob.
I'm more confused by you thinking that like you have to protect that the way when we talk about Christmas and that character. Like I don't think any kid out there thinks like
I'm more impressed. You think we know what the hell avails mean? What the hell?
like an availability,
They were
like
availability.
they were
availability.
Yeah, like they were here and they were.
talk.
You want to come on? Yeah.
Don't
you know?
kids know SpongeBob's not real? Like you don't have to tiptoe around that.
I don't know.
Like I think.
But you just told kids to turn off the radio.
No, I told the parents to just in case.
It's like
I don't
what
want to
kid
be.
out there?
It's like you were about to ruin Santa Claus.
Whoa, that's the
What happened there? I'm sorry.
Spoiler alert.
What is that
Apologies.
supposed to
I
mean?
have no idea.
Thank God I warned the parents because we headed
They
down
didn't hear
in a
that.
direction. So wait, I have a question then about cartoon characters. So like Chris, you have a daughter, who's older, right?
I'm very.
What is she like? 6, 7?
Yeah, older. She is older now.
No,
a
but
little
she's
older.
6.
She's not a toddler anymore.
She's old enough that like how do you explain?
I don't tell her that Bugs Bunny's real.
Well, that's my question. Like,
I'm like, this is a cartoon.
Are Anna and Elsa real people to her?
That's a good question.
See?
I guess I just kind of assumed.
Have you had this conversation
she knows
with her?
movies aren't real.
Right.
Like, so,
Yeah,
I don't
but-
know. That's a good question. You want me to call her?
Do you think she thinks Bugs is real?
I don't know.
There's a chance she does, though. Still.
Did I ever think Bugs Bunny was real? Man, now you guys got me doing a deep dive here on my own.
Super Bowl week.
Wow.
That's what it's all about.
Eric Bieniemy, am I right?
What happened?
What happened to that?
Right.
Well, what happened to him? I mean,
What's going on with him?
someone needs to do a deep dive on what happened. Like, what's wrong with Eric Bieniemy that no one will hire him to be their head coach?
I mean, obviously we don't know him, but everything you read is that he is like on the harder side. He's like hard on his players. Like, is it the Belichick thing where that's not relating in this game? Like, could it be that? Like, what? He's been a guy that, and then he just keeps not getting the gigs. It's just odd.
So on that front, and talking about him and how he's harder on the players or whatever, during the season when we would talk to Chris Sims and the Chiefs, when it looked like things weren't meshing well on the Chiefs, one of the things that was talked about is they dropped so many passes, they look like an undisciplined offense.
Right.
And the conversation was they're missing Bieniemy. Like, he would not allow all of these drops. He wouldn't allow this undisciplined behavior on the team.
Right.
Right. So
2 Super Bowls later. Continue.
well, yeah, but
but the offense did look better when he was running the offense.
Yeah, and Tyreek Hill was there as well, but not
That's
here
true.
nor there.
Right. That's fair. But it is interesting that he was Washington's offensive coordinator and a guy who was a head coaching candidate for many, many years no longer is. And, in fact, he has fallen so far that Cliff Kingsbury is taking his job, Juju.
His path has been equally as interesting because it's like, has he even been that great anywhere? But he keeps getting gigs. Bieniemy doesn't. It's like, it's 2 interesting cases there.
It's really strange, and I think the strange that Cliff Kingsbury always has something like this happen when he gets a new job, right?
Yeah.
Like, before he went, didn't he accept the USC job, and then 5 minutes later he's like, psych, and then he went and he was like the Arizona Cardinals head coach.
Yes.
And then it seemed like he was going to come here to Las Vegas, and it was like, never mind.
He was just at USC. Was he at Oklahoma before that you're talking about? He went from Oklahoma to Arizona and then USC, right? Who am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of the Oklahoma coach. Wow, I just got messed up.
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley. He went from Oklahoma to USC. Yeah, Super Bowl week.
They looked at what are we talking about?
That's what it's all about.
They're the same guy as far as I'm concerned.
He got too many options, man. Kingsbury, he too player.
Well, that's the point. Why does Kingsbury have all these options and Eric Bieniemy does not?
Right. It's his hairline and his glasses combo. And that one picture in the draft. He had the fireplace
He's aged.
Yeah, that house. What do you think happened to it? Who do you think lives there now?
Probably Kevin Durant.
Really?
Why do you say that?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, could be.
Or Bradley Bill.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's the only person that can afford that big old house.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the thing about having like a nice house. It's like, wow, I'm going to make so much money. It's like, there's only so many people that can actually buy this house.
Yeah, but
right?
someone's going to buy the house, right? I mean, celebrity house too.
What do you think's the worst place? And
Caleb.
Shout out to let's get ahead of this. Shout out to every city in the United States of America. What do you think is the worst city to have a mansion in because you're not going to be able to flip it for the right price?
Indiana. Indiana.
Yeah, Wichita,
Indiana's
Kansas.
a state, but
I was thinking more like professional sports.
Indianapolis.
Like Oklahoma City seems like one that it's like if you're not on the Thunder, what are you gonna?
Yeah, that's boring.
Yeah.
You go salute to my Red Dogs over there in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, same.
Are you trying to figure out which market you would buy a big house in, and it would be impossible for you to make money off said house?
Yeah, it's almost like
I would say Miami's.
I'm about to say Miami.
No,
no, because Billy, everyone's overpaying to begin with over there.
Yeah, but guess what? There's always going to be, and in Miami, there's like international money too. There's always going to be someone to overpay for a house in Miami.
You're right.
Always.
No, you're right. I just had someone do it for my house.
The Charlotte Hornets.
yeah, that's.
I don't know.
Why are you shaking your head?
I
mean, they did. I gotta be honest with you.
Portland as well. Portland. I do not want to move to Portland. Salute the Tom Haverstraw, but
no, but I feel like you could buy low in Portland and sell high. I do.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Does Portland have like a moment?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just trying to keep the conversation going.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Holy moly. Radio Row, Super Bowl.
I've realized just observing Radio Row today, man, if you're above average height and you have 3 people walking with you, you're somebody.
Well, they think you're somebody.
Well, whatever,
even if you're not somebody.
A few times I've been like, man, I want to know who that is. Just because they just have something going on with them. And you can't be short, though.
Right. No, you cannot be short.
You can be short. You could be a short
I'm just saying, but you won't be like, I'm not going to like be like, ooh, who is that? I'm just going to be like.
For what he's saying.
They have to be standing over their entourage. Right. You're right, yes.
It actually works better if you are like a celebrity and a famous person and you're short because you're just looking for tall people that have handlers around them. So if you're like a famous short person, you can kind of go through incognito.
You can hide a bit.
Exactly.
I mean, Kevin Hart probably couldn't walk through here. I
mean,
that's
right.
But if he was surrounded by people who are way taller than him, he could kind of navigate his way through here.
I think that Kevin Hart could walk. If Kevin Hart walked through here with Kevin Durant and he was walking next to him, I think that Kevin Hart could go unnoticed.
Because Kevin Durant's next to him.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or Kevin Durant can go unnoticed.
No.
Really?
Kevin Durant can't go anywhere.
Because of his height.
Correct.
Yeah.
Put it on the pole, Dan.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Kevin Hart is a megastar, man.
Yeah, but he could blend in with the crowd, I think, if he's surrounded by crazy tall people.
I don't think, even surrounded by Kevin Durant, I don't think Kevin Hart can make it through here going unnoticed. I think it would be impossible.
Well, I mean, I was just saying a thing.
You were just having a conversation.
Just keeping the conversation going.
That's really all we do.
It.
That's all we do, right?
about.
What else do we do if not that?
We talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we do.
To damn puppets. Salute to the last guest y'all had. He was amazing. I got to get into it. Was that Joe Dunham?
No.
Jeff Dunham?
Who?
The ventriloquist.
It was Terry Fator.
Yeah.
Can we not
But he didn't want to have SpongeBob's voice on.
That's one of those things where, that's one of those things. That guy goes around Terry Fator, and people are like, "Is that Jeff Dunham?" Like Jeff Dunham gets some promotion out of that guy being around.
You think so?
And he just did.
Some secondhand smoke.
That was Terry Fator?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like when you see a car commercial, it's like, oh, that Nissan commercial. It's like, no, it was Toyota.
Yeah, but
it's
They get some shine off of it.
I text my mom. I said, "Oh, the ventriloquist Jeff Dunham over here."
Yeah. Was she happy?
She was like, "Oh yeah, I remember him."
That's sick.
That's all you got back.
You know what? Like, that's the thing about truth that's really not that important. You know what I mean? It's all about, if your mom's happy, then who cares if it's the truth or if it isn't,
I've
know?
been saying that for years, Billy.
Yeah.
The truth is overrated.
Yeah, well.
Just make someone feel good.
Yeah, that's what
Even if you
you're
have-
all
even if
about.
you
It's just
lie.
making people feel good. That's what you're all about.
Oh, my God.
Well,
So-
how did y'all find Buddy? Never mind. Let's move
Well,
on. from the
there's a man walking around with a turtle on his hand.
With
So
a-
we said,
with
we
a
got
puppet on
to
his hand.
talk to
Right.
him.
not going to talk to him. I mean,
Yeah, he's the only
that's
one
not
here
what
today.
happened.
I mean,
Listen,
That's
if
not what happened.
there's a turtle puppet going around Radio Row, we're talking to you, okay?
Yes.
Whether you're a ventriloquist or just a crazy person.
Yep.
If you have a turtle in your hand, we're going to talk to you. That's a rule.
Man, if someone was walking around with their hand up a real turtle,
That'd probably be a crime.
that would be weird.
Yeah. So, Dan's coming here tomorrow.
no, he's not.
How do we think that's going to go? Dan will be at Radio Row.
I don't think it's going to go.
Well, he has, to my understanding, he has one interview scheduled. But I think that once he's here, I don't know how he's
You
going to.
think he's going to do the car wash? You think he's going to get
I
grabbed?
think that people are going to try to come and,
Well, what's the one interview he has scheduled?
Golic.
He's going on with Golic and Gojo?
To my
He's
understanding.
not coming on with us? I mean,
I don't know what happened there. I guess we couldn't get him. We couldn't land the.
Tune in to hear Dan ask Gojo about his move from ESPN.
people, they'll see LeBatard. They'll want LeBatard, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
We gotta get my boy some security though. He can't just be walking here.
I think he should. I think he should walk through here honestly
He
and
should.
see how many things he could do.
Yes.
I
I'd
don't want to
honestly
do that.
I know, but he should. It'd be good for Metallark. It'd be good for the show. I'd honestly sit down in the interviews with him to do some of them.
Yeah.
You should. You should
Well,
offer
we have
that
a lot
to
of,
him.
we have a lot of guests,
Right.
but I would do it and
You
just
guys,
walk around.
you really have Dan coming here,
That's the
into
word-
Radio Row,
that's-
into
I
the
don't.
media center.
That's
I
the word
don't.
around town.
I don't think he's going to do it.
That's the word around town is that it's happening.
I don't
don't
see it
believe
happening.
that
And
at
he's
all.
certainly not going into this pit right here.
He should go into
Oh,
that
he's
pit.
It's not happening.
And on Wednesday, it's going to be lively. It's going to be lively.
Right.
Tune in.
You know what? I take it back. I think he will be there because I never thought he would dress as nice as he dresses now.
Yep.
His hair looked perfectly coiffed today. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. I see my boy Mike come in here with his shirt open,
You
and
think-
bell on his hip.
There's some talk that he has a stylist. Do you believe that or no?
Got to know he got a stylist. It's Valerie. Salute.
Oh.
She deserves the credit.
Right, he didn't get a stylist. He got
Salute to
married.
Valerie.
Right.
Stugotz,
Yes,
I'm excited.
I know you are, Billy.
This is what we come to Radio Row
Yep.
for.
This is it. This is what Super Bowl week is all about.
We're here. And we got here early in the week, but we're here.
Yes, we've arrived.
We're joined by Terry Fator and Winston.
Yes, good to be here. Thank you for having me. Very excited.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this.
It's a pleasure. Yeah. You ever talked to a hand before? No, you mean oh yeah, how that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking to a turtle here.
A turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry, Winston, there was a lot of people that told me growing up, you know what, Billy, you're never going to do it. You're never going to amount to anything. You're never going to talk to a ventriloquist and a turtle at the Super Bowl. And today, you guys helped me prove those people wrong. So thank you for doing that.
You know, everybody wants to talk to a turtle at the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
No one cares about talking to a ventriloquist, though. That's where you're wrong.
How many interviews has Winston done today?
Oh my gosh, we've done. I don't know. We lost count.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just know Terry's hand is really sweaty and his fingernails need clipping.
How'd you get into this line of work, if you don't mind me asking, Terry?
I found a book in my school library. I was 10 years old.
Right.
And there was a book by Paul Winchell called Ventriloquism for Fun and Profit. And it looked like fun, 10 years old. And when I realized I could make money doing this, man, that was it.
Right.
10-year-old making money playing with puppets.
Yep.
Better than playing with himself.
Right.
So, like, are you guys friends? Like, how would you describe this
Yeah, what's
relationship?
the nature of this relationship?
Me and Winston?
Yeah.
Yes, you
Yeah,
and
well,
Winston.
I'm the breadwinner. Right, he's the breadwinner.
Right.
He's the guy that makes all the money. But yeah, we like each other.
Yeah.
He likes me. I don't like him.
I was gonna say,
that's
Winston,
not
you
true.
can Winston. This is a safe place.
Yeah,
if you want to
speak for
say
yourself,
anything
Winston,
about,
yeah.
you know,
Right.
I just want to let you know, Winston, you're good with me here.
Just considering where his hand is, hashtag me too.
What's the financial split between you and
Yeah.
Winston? Just
I get 100%. I share a little with Terry. Yeah.
right.
So I don't mind because, listen, he's the one who won America's Got Talent with Crying Over You. Right.
Oh.
He should have held out after that. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
had you right where he wanted you.
Exactly.
Winston, how did you decide you wanted to get into this line of work?
No, I didn't really have much choice. Terry
Oh.
stuck his hand up me. That was it. That's how it works with ventriloquists, though.
Right. Forced him into it, huh?
That's right.
How dare you, Terry? Against Winston's. Winston, how do you feel about this?
Hashtag me too.
Winston, how do you feel about Taylor Swift just controlling the NFL season?
Oh, I love Taylor Swift. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I'm gonna name a new artist called Turtle Slow.
Oh.
Well, Taylor Swift, Turtle Slow. Makes
Yeah, I
sense.
got it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Turtle slow.
That'll be the turtle version of Taylor Swift.
Billy, you're not beaming like you were at the beginning of this. I mean,
What do you mean?
I don't know. It was just an observation. You know?
Turtle Slow. I'm excited about this.
Is Winston a big football fan?
Oh yeah, of course.
Is Terry a big football fan?
I am. I'm actually a huge football fan. I grew
Okay.
up in Dallas. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Right,
Live
sorry.
in Vegas, so now I'm a huge Raiders fan. But I really do just love football. I watch every Sunday, all day. I just watch every game that I possibly can. I just adore watching the game, and I can't wait. Even though I don't have any skin in the game this week, I'm just excited to watch the football game on Sunday. It's going to be a blast.
Are you surprised that there's a Super Bowl in Vegas this soon?
I am.
Yeah.
Actually, all of us are. So, but then I was kind of surprised that it was in Dallas right after the new stadium was built. So it's been kind of cool though to see it in different places, and it's exciting for Vegas to have the Super Bowl.
It's funny. Chris was telling me before he forgot that the Raiders play in Las Vegas. He's like, "Why are there so many Raiders stations here?"
It's like Oakland really showed out.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, we love the Raiders. Yeah. And we like the Knights, too. Yeah, we like all of these pro sports that are coming to Vegas just makes the city is already exciting, and
Right.
it's just becoming kind of the mecca for everything.
You were telling us that you have to get out of here after this interview. That you're getting on a bird. That you have engagements. You have. This
It's
is
crazy. I do have a very, very busy schedule. I work 4 to 5 nights a week in Las Vegas doing the New York Casino. That's
Right.
where I'm at. You can see me there all the time. But then on the weekends, I fly out. I just did Fort Pierce, Florida last weekend. I'm doing Idaho next weekend. So I try to tour as often as I can, but I perform here in Vegas all the time. So.
Is there any celebrities that you have performed in front of?
Many, yeah. I've had Adam Sandler. I've had, so many others. Who else? Dana Carvey and Mel Gibson came to the show, and so we've had a lot of celebrities come.
Winston, you have any celebrity crushes out there? Are there other animals in the industry? Like, who do you like?
Turtle Slow.
Turtle Slow.
Taylor Swift. You do like to? I do love Taylor Swift. He does.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan, and Justin Bieber and stuff like that.
I thought maybe Miss Piggy or something, like some other animals.
Well, of course. And actually, Kermit the Frog is one of my heroes. When I was on America's Got Talent, they asked, who would you like to perform with?
Yeah.
My first choice was Kermit the Frog, and we got to perform.
Winston doesn't like when you talk about Kermit.
Yeah.
Right. It's like you're cheating.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind. Listen. Check this out.
Hold out.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Oh.
Yeah, I do an impression
wow.
of Kermit.
Wow.
We're good friends.
Does Winston do any other impressions?
Yeah, I can do heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. That's Michael Jackson, in case
beautiful.
you didn't know.
Right.
He
It sounded
does a
like
lot.
Winston just singing Michael Jackson, though. I
Winston,
mean,
Exactly.
Are you ever
Right.
just looking for a little alone time?
What?
No, I never get alone time. Anytime I'm talking, he's standing
I
next
know,
to
it's
me.
just-
Not sure why.
I just feel like Winston just would like to be alone sometimes.
To do what?
I don't know. Be it just
Yeah, my alone
be a
time
puppet.
looks like this.
yeah. Oh, that is nice.
That's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You know.
Terry, do you ever look for a long time?
When you're a ventriloquist, you're never alone. I
Right.
can promise you that.
Amazing. So was it Mel Gibson, you said?
Mhm, yeah,
Just
Mel
walked
Gibson.
into a show?
Well, he did. He was doing a movie called The Beaver.
Right.
And it was a huge flop. It didn't work. But he was playing a guy that had a puppet on his hand. And so he actually came with his son and saw me in Las Vegas and watched
Really?
the show so he could watch someone who
So
works with puppets.
He was trying to get ready for his role.
He was, yeah.
Interesting.
And I got to talk to him backstage. But, yeah, we've had quite a few celebrities come to the show. It's a lot of fun.
At Sandler, did they announce when they're showing up? Did they tell you?
They
hey, Terry
do.
was
Ray
showing? They
Romano
do?
came. So
Nice.
did, so
Yeah.
many other people. I
might be related to
He's
him.
related to Ray.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
My wife's
That's
uncle
great.
through
So that's
marriage,
pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of them. Jay Leno, yeah, we've had a lot of
Really?
celebrities come to see the show.
Very interesting. It's not a show. Like, I'm not saying I wouldn't be interested in seeing that show. I'm surprised so many big time celebrities have come out to see you.
Yeah, they have. It's just different.
I am,
you know,
Billy.
What
a
a
lot
weird
of people
statement.
don't. A lot of people
Well,
wouldn't think of ventriloquist, but
it's a weird time.
I'm much more than just a ventriloquist. So it's not like going to see a guy with puppets. We do impressions. We do tons
Really?
of impressions. We do tons of singing. It's really kind of an all around encompassing show.
Do we ever move to the left hand? Does the hand ever start to hurt? Like,
Yeah. Well, it doesn't
not for-
start to
not
hurt.
for-
It doesn't, but I do double puppets sometimes. Like
Oh,
we'll have
hell yeah.
Willie Nelson will sing on this hand, and then I'll have Fernando Francisco singing the part where to all the girls I
Yeah.
loved before.
Can we put Chris on your
Left
left
hand?
leg here?
Sure.
where's he
going
going to put his hand?
I don't know.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
I love the idea of you talking to Winston, though.
I mean,
I don't care as long as he's learned a glove.
am I doing? I don't know what am I supposed to do here?
I think you should. I don't know. I mean, I think we should try to do it. He'll just shove his hand up your back.
I don't understand what's happening anymore.
I don't either. I'm a little confused. I didn't know.
I don't. Let's not. This is
Okay.
inappropriate.
All right, it's inappropriate.
I do actually, though. I do have a mask,
Right.
and it's a very common thing for ventriloquists to do
Now we're
now. We have a
talking.
mask where I can actually make the mouth move, so
Really?
we can turn people into a human puppet.
A puppet.
Yes, it's quite fun.
Yeah.
So
I'm learning a lot.
Are you really?
I am.
What's your best impression?
probably Michael Jackson. That's my. But we
Okay.
also do "Love Me Tender, Love Me Sweet, Never Let Me Go." So we can do Elvis Presley as well. So we do a lot of different impressions. We have a ball.
All right. Juju is staring at us. He's judging us. I don't know.
Oh no, he's loving this.
Okay, I don't know what he's doing. Who do you think's going to win the game, Terry? Just out of curiosity.
We've been saying I think the Chiefs are going to win,
And I think the 49ers are going
Oh, really?
So it's a
Wow.
win-win. It's a win-win.
Playing both
Wow.
The ventriloquist gets to choose 2 teams.
Right.
I feel like you guys should make some sort of bet, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I got all the money. I'll have to loan Terry something.
Yeah.
That's true. He
I
makes
like-
all the money.
I like the idea of a bet. You guys should.
It's a good idea.
But you have no money, Terry.
Right.
Is your larger
Yeah, I
point.
wonder if they'd accept that from the turtle.
You never know.
We appreciate you doing this. So where are you headed after this?
Well, I've got a show tonight at New York Casino. I'm going to be doing that through Wednesday. I actually have the weekend off, thank goodness, because that means I get to go watch the game, which is
Right.
awesome.
Mhm.
And then
You
next week I'm
you
back
watching it at the game? You going to it?
no, I'm going to
Okay.
be just watching it
Okay.
at home.
Nice.
I'm going to
With
stay
Winston,
home.
of course.
I do. I love
No,
crowds.
Winston's going to the game.
I like being
Yeah.
in front of crowds. Yeah, he is. Winston's going, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
He
gonna,
has the money.
yeah. I'm gonna be a helmet.
Right. He
Yeah.
needs to be a helmet.
There
Right.
you go.
Where'd he go? Oh, get back here. Winston.
Like in the privacy of your own home, like do you and Winston have conversations?
Well, only when I'm rehearsing. So I will, if I'm rehearsing a new bit, I will pick up a puppet and they come home with me.
Yeah.
How does your wife feel about Winston?
She's okay. Yeah, I make all the money, so you know how the girls are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Women are not going to complain about a puppet that makes money.
No.
Oh. This was fun, man. So if people are interested in finding out how they could see you, where can they check you
Well,
out?
go to terryfator.com,
Nice.
and you can get tickets online there, or just go to New York Casino. They have a box office. And I just tell people, you can follow me on my socials. We do a different song every single week, and this week is spectacular. If you haven't seen it, I did We Are the World with 19 puppets.
What?
And I did the entire song without moving my lips, and I did 19 impressions.
Wow.
You got to see it. And I have
Jeez.
puppets of like Lionel Richie Liberace, Stevie Wonder, Bruce Springsteen, Cyndi Lauper, all of them. So
I wish they were all here. That would have been great.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Thank you so much for joining us, Terry. Like, we really appreciate everything. And
your puppets ever like wonder?
Now you're doing it. I wanted you on his leg to do it.
No, I'm being the ventriloquist.
He's the ventriloquist.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
If you ever
he needs to put his hand up your backside.
If you ever need to take a week off, I'm available.
Right now.
I'm available to cover for you.
Okay,
Not terrible, Billy. Admit.
I'm talking about
Admit it.
like you.
He's mocking me now, but not terrible for my first try, right?
What if Winston's actually the ventriloquist here?
Wait a
And
minute.
Terry's the puppet.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
confused.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it depends on what drugs you're on.
Where does one of you start and the other one end?
Oh.
Thank you for joining us, man. This is awesome.
How many people called you Darth Vader growing up?
When I was a kid, man, that was my nickname. 'Cause
Really?
Star Wars came out, I was 12, and so all the kids were like, Darth Vader! I thought it was cool, so I wasn't going to complain.
I thought there was a better story behind that one.
Yeah.
Nope, that was it.
All right, we appreciate you doing this. We
Thank
really
you.
do.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Have fun at your show tonight and enjoy the Super Bowl, my man.
Thank you. We will. We'll have a ball.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Winston.
You're welcome.
The Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz is presented by 1-800-Flowers.com. DraftKings official flowers for Valentine's.
So we're here.
Yeah, we're here, Billy. I mean, is that your new move?
Tuesday.
Right, yep.
Radio Row.
It's picking up.
Can we pan out?
Somewhat, I guess.
This is how you know Radio Row and Super Bowl week has begun. I saw early this morning Brian Billick and Mike Smith, the former Falcons head coach with beautiful white hair, walking together down Radio Row. That's what it's all about, Billy.
There are more people at tables today than yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Later,
100%.
later today, it's going to be busy, but that's not how we were going to start today.
No.
So Chris called something mid, and I asked Chris if he was like the demographic that should be calling things mid, because I was taught earlier today what an e-boy is, and I was getting a lot of like social media information and slang that the kids are talking about today, Stugotz, and how all of that works and how you make money, how a dog made $30,000, stuff like that. Yeah.
No, the dog made way more than $30,000
On one
in general.
post.
Just one post, $30,000.
Ooh, also, since we're here, and I know that this isn't what we should be doing, but should we all be making our official Gojo and Golic Super Bowl predictions and put it on the board?
I mean, that's supposed to be Friday, but I guess we can bend the
Well,
rules
it's
a little
there.
bit.
You know what I mean? I feel
Don't
like
you have to
maybe
be a
we should-
guest on the show?
Well-
and they ask you for your prediction, and then they put it up there? Or
Yeah, but like...
you just want to put them up there?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
there. I mean,
Okay.
why not make use of the board? You
I'm
know
good
what I mean?
with that. Yeah, I'm going to
There's-
write one out right
There's
now.
3 predictions already on here, Smetty being one of them.
I
and
was the first one, by
not
the
very
way.
eventful, not very exciting, these predictions
I did not
here.
step outside of the box for mine. I also went first, so I didn't want to be the first person and also make a crazy prediction. So I did the basic 27-24 49ers.
Right.
But then Mike Lombardi
Went out on
and
a limb.
Stormy both copied me. So now we all look like
Did they
we're-
go first? Yours was at the bottom, and you just rearranged the order of those to make it look like you went first?
No, I actually
Oh.
went first. I was the first guest.
All right.
Yeah.
You're an
influencer.
I want to do one. Should I just walk over and do it?
Influencing
Yeah.
bad Super Bowl predictions.
What's an e-boy, by the way?
It's an internet boy. It's like a guy who posts like.
Wouldn't it
kinda
be
like,
iBoy?
No, it's e-boy.
Good point.
Yeah.
It should be iBoy, though.
Yeah, it
put it
probably
on the
should
bowl.
be iBoy, but it's
Mhm.
like people who are like really online, but not like the way we're online, where it's like kind of like posting like thirst trap. It's a little embarrassing. You don't
Ooh, I
want to
like this
be an
prediction,
e-boy.
Billy.
The
Like
question
Buddy
is,
in the Target and going to shopping like Jalen Hurts. Let me make one of those.
Exactly.
yeah. The question is,
What?
are Gojo and Golic going to leave our cards up here? Or when their show starts, will these magically be gone?
I know they ain't gonna leave my
Oh.
damn card up here.
Billy stole my thunder. He's going to go Chiefs, isn't he? He's going to go Chiefs.
I like that.
Wow.
41-27.
But now he's
Billy.
the first one to pick the Chiefs on the board, at least, and that's where I was going to go.
The rare 41 burger.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go make my pick.
We're
Billy.
playing a little too safe right now with the Gojo and Golic official picks, you know?
Yeah. I'm going to put mine up.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Is this normally how it works? You just invite yourself to make picks and go and pick
Well,
things
they
for other
left
people's
their
shows?
easel here, so
That's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
we're
It's their
entitled
fault.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're like, you know, you're a kid and you're growing up and you're at home and you like leave stuff out and your parents do something to prove a point, like throw it away or whatever. Like that's kind of what's happening here.
Did your
you know?
parents ever do that to you?
My wife, I think, throws things away of mine
Oh,
or gives
no.
them away, right? And we had a situation where we had a leak So we had to like tear up the whole floor and the walls and all this stuff.
I remember this saga.
Yeah. So like when that was going on, we were staying at my mother-in-law's house. So now we're in a situation where things are missing, and I don't know if they've been given away because the excuse I get is like, oh, they're probably still at my mom's house.
Yeah.
And then when I go to her mom's house, I'll like do things that look super sketchy where I'm just like walking around, like it's like quiet and I see that everybody's busy. So I'll just go for little walks around the house and open closets and see if I find my missing things.
Yeah.
Exactly right. I go like on little treasure hunts for my own things. And then it looks weird because it's like, well, why are you in my mom's room, like going through her closet? I'm like, I'm missing a jacket. I want to see if that's maybe where it ended up. You know what I mean?
In your wife's defense, there's something very satisfying and cathartic about throwing away an article of clothing that you hate when your significant other wears.
So,
yeah.
So
sometimes it just needs to happen. You don't need to tell them that it's happening, but
I got new clothes.
Tell them after the fact.
I got new clothes recently. And I told my wife, she's like, you can get that, but you have to get rid of like 2 things. And I was like, okay, fine, because I got 2 shirts.
You're
like,
one in, one out. Yep.
I said,
but Billy's a hoarder.
I made a good compromise here. I said, you know what? If I can get these 2 shirts, I'll get rid of 3 shirts.
Whoa!
So we were
Did you?
We were making. What happened is when I got home, I realized I had already.
Jess, you know the answer.
I realized I already got rid of the 2 shirts that I had told her I was going to get rid of. So then so now I was up 3, but I gave away 2 hoodies.
Oh, how many sports hoodies do you think?
Oh my God,
own?
Joe Biden made a prediction.
Get out of here.
What?
The
he
president?
thinks the Niners are going to win 31-4.
Wow.
What a
Four.
get by go. You guys had Biden on?
So
2
he has the Chiefs
safeties?
getting 2 safeties,
That's
right?
crazy.
Wow. Wow.
I mean,
Gojo approves. He likes it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We all made
Apparently,
predictions.
Joe
I mean, that's
Biden
what
was
we
in
made
town this
predictions.
weekend because they shut down the airport.
Yeah.
Well, he had to
was
make
here.
his pick.
He was here to do Gojo and Golic.
Yeah,
63-31.
Yeah, he was here to do Golic and Gojo.
And Lucy just hopes everyone has fun.
Me too.
Oh, that's so Lucy.
That's even safer than my prediction.
Everyone's having fun with my pick.
Did you guys go to media night last night?
Yeah, we sure did.
Yeah, was it fun?
That thing was off the chain, bro.
Was it really, Juju?
Salute to everybody involved.
I've never heard someone say that media night was off the chain, but okay.
Brother, what you mean? I was mingling with the greats, you feel me? It was so many illustrious stars just rocking around getting interviews. Salute to everybody involved. Salute to our camera. Danny B, oh my God, he's a phenomenal camera guy, as well as Kirsten, man. Salute to people involved.
I love Kirsten.
My sister
The
Jessica
best.
Smatana, she had the all black on, looking
Looks
like
great.
Catwoman. I mean, like she was in the movies yesterday.
Catwoman.
Her and Jenny Frentes, they had it going on. Y'all should have seen them, man. Salute to
Thanks,
everybody
Juju.
involved.
It was actually Stugotz. I didn't really have any obligations there. Like Juju
Right.
and Chris were doing most of the content last night. But I went because I wanted to see the stadium because we're not staying for the game.
Sure.
And I've heard so many great things about the
Really
stadium
nice.
that they're playing in. It was
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was very nice. Yeah.
Awesome. Who was the sad person? Like every team, every one of those I've gone to, there's always a sad guy at a podium that no one wants to talk to.
I didn't really.
And so I imagine with the Chiefs, like everyone was around Kelsey,
Yes.
right? And Mahomes,
and Mahomes,
obviously.
obviously.
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't really see that many. Mike Fuentes just said Nick Bolton in my ear. I was going to say, I didn't really see that many empty podiums last night, but I guess there was one.
Yeah. It was kind of to the point that it sounds rude, but you're like, how did we have extra podiums? Like, how did Nick end up on one of these?
It's not the podiums that are this. The sad things are the guys that are walking around that like want to be interviewed.
But that's
That's
also
not the sad thing.
No, I'm not
That's
sad. I'm not saying sad. I'm just
I mean,
saying.
yeah, they're about to play in the Super Bowl. It's not like
no, I'm
that
with Chris. I
bad.
don't like the status of the whole thing, but
No.
there are certain guys on podiums. I mean, it's a team sport, right?
But imagine if Mahomes is walking around like, not at a podium.
No.
The mob around him would be crazy.
So there was a guy on the Chiefs, I believe, is when the Chiefs were doing media availability. So like it's very crowded on the floor, and you're kind of just trying to get through everything, and then everybody's doing interviews, so you're hoping not to get in people's shots, like just to not be a jerk. Like you can just walk straight through all the shots, but you're trying not to do that, right? So I'm like zigging and zagging in and out of things, and you're like, excuse me, and there's like this guy in front of me, and then I realized like, oh, this is one of the players, like because he's wearing like the tracksuit that they wear. They all have the same tracksuit, and they just have like their little number here, like by their
a lot of
hip
Googling,
almost, right? Okay, so this guy's there, and he's like, excuse me, and he's like moving very like slow through the crowd, and I think he was like FaceTime, he was like on the phone or something, but like you could tell he's trying to make his way around, and I realized he's a player, and I was about to tap him on the shoulder and be like, dude, you're playing in the Super Bowl. Tell these people to get the hell out of your way. Like, this is for you. This is your moment. Like, everybody move for this person. I don't know who it was because I couldn't see his number. He's a little shorter than me. He was here by his hip. But I was going to tell him, like, tell everyone to get the F out of the way. Like, get out of your way. Stop saying excuse me to all these people who are presenting. We saw a thing where they were presenting. It was a Jimmy Kimmel show.
Are you saying he was shorter than you?
No, yeah, there was a number of people.
I will say, like, when you go to a football
Had to be
game
the
and you're
kicker.
on the sideline and the football players are in their pads, you're always like, wow, these guys are huge. But then when you're
Right.
just like, they're in like tracksuits and you're walking around, like, yeah, like you kind of all blend in with each other.
I saw Aiden
right?
O'Connell walking around here yesterday. I'm sorry. It did not look like an NFL quarterback.
No way.
Sorry.
You recognized him.
I did.
Oh, it's the mustache.
Well,
Yes.
he's also wearing a Bounty Letterman jacket,
Yeah.
so he kind of stood out a little bit.
Billy, you were headed somewhere. I'm sorry. Jimmy Kimmel, I think?
Oh,
Someone-
yeah, so Jimmy Kimmel, his guy Guillermo was there, and they presented, I think it was Chase Young, with like this just like 3-foot tall, like vase-looking thing filled with different types of beans.
Yeah.
So you could
Cool.
see like different layers of cooked beans that they were just
Wait,
presenting to players.
Cooked beans?
Yeah, like baked beans were in there.
I love
Pinto
baked
beans?
beans.
It was
I
it was
love
odd.
baked beans.
I'm sure it will make
Is that your
sense when it
Top
airs.
5 beans?
Ooh, top 5 beans.
Baked beans would be at the top. All right, I'll have to
G-rated,
think about
please.
this.
I also want to do top 5
beans.
Guillermos.
Do you
Who
really?
said that?
I'm just saying, like, is Billy Gill in the top 5 Guillermos?
I think
just-
so.
I've been trying to talk about like the showers at our hotel and how great it is, and I was gonna say like the shower head
They
is
are
like so
great.
good, and I was like, I need to be careful because I work with children.
Well, my favorite was Chris Cody this morning told us, because we had to get up really, really early. Obviously, all of our backs hurt from walking so
Yeah.
much. Chris Cody said he laid on the bench in his shower.
Sideways.
Sideways.
Like, I just like
and
went
we
to
all
sleep, took a
believed
little
him
nap,
for like 5 minutes.
turned the thing towards me a little. It was delightful.
My shower ain't shit. I got
What do you
I got the handicap shower. They got one
Really?
of the things that you hold while you do it, bro.
Oh, I like the
Trash.
wand. Well, yeah, you're right, Billy. I have to be careful with with the shower.
Just isolate that. I
commentary.
like the wand, please.
the shower wand. You can do a lot with that thing.
I don't like no damn
Very
wand.
European.
I don't have no use for the wand myself personally.
Well.
You feel me? And they gonna give me this handicap room on Black History Month. How dare y'all?
Stu, there was one person at media night last night that I wanted to go up to and ask, and I got scared.
Who?
Spags.
Oh, really?
I was gonna just. There was just like and he was being so friendly with the other media, like it wasn't anything he was doing. I
Right.
just like had a
He's
me. I was
intimidating,
I was gonna
yes.
ask like
Right.
I was gonna be like, what do you coordinate better than defense?
Right.
Like are you good with time?
Right.
Other
But,
than
like,
Patrick Mahomes,
plans.
he is the
I got
most
scared.
important person there.
I literally chickened out. I was like, I can't do it, and I just walked away.
What? So Juju?
Wait, are you saying that Spags is the second most important chief?
130%.
He had a big crowd,
yes.
and he was one of the floor guys. He was walking around, but had like a big
Yeah.
mob of people around him
Really?
the whole time. Yeah.
Who else would you put at number 2? Andy Reid?
Chris Jones, maybe? I don't know.
Travis
I'm
Kelce
putting
might be in
well,
there.
Spags is
Kelsey?
Taylor Swift.
the sum of the parts
Yeah.
that Chris Jones makes up.
Right.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah. Yep.
He's very important.
I'm going Spags.
I asked Patrick Mahomes, did Travis Kelce invent the fade?
Dude,
And he said he did not.
Juju,
Breaking news.
you'll see the video. So Juju and Chris were the ones that were kind of like doing all the work. The rest of us were just like hanging out and like
schmoozing.
taking it in, really just looking at the stadium, which was cool. I'm going to tell you something, Stugotz.
Yes.
This is something that you only get from people that were there last night, us professionals.
Right.
So the field is outside, and it's like, growing or whatever. Inside, they had like turf that was like very uneven. They
was terrible, yeah.
cannot play on the
Right.
field that's inside. So the field is outside, so it's to be taken care of, so people are not messing it up. It was raining. There's a tarp there. There was a bubble underneath. Like, guys, the field may be an issue.
Yep.
I'm
Slow
telling
track,
you right
huh?
now.
Wow, slow track.
Field
Godfather?
may be an issue.
Billy
George
trying to
Thomas
tell
not
us?
going to like what he sees.
Taking
Yeah.
the under?
Field may be an issue at this game. I'm telling you right now.
He dropped the dookie.
The Dan Le Batard Show at Stugotz is presented by DiGiorno. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
All right, I have my top 5 beans. We'll get to that in just a second. Chris yesterday told us what we need to be talking about every single day at the Super Bowl. Yesterday was units. Today is what, Chris?
Head coaches.
You
You got one game for your life.
Ooh. Belichick.
Andy Reid, Juju actually snuck in a great nomination yesterday. McVay should be in this conversation, I think. It's Tom. Are those the top 4?
Hold on.
Coaching a game for your life.
I'm confused. I thought we had to just talk about the coaches that are coaching in the game today. We're not just playing coach games.
Yesterday I said that that they're the top 2 coaches, and then we thought about Tomlin, McVay. I think, are those the top 4?
Yeah. Tomlin, McVay, Shanahan, and Andy Reid. I don't know.
That's the Mount Rushmore currently.
No, I don't think I want to put Kyle Shanahan there. No.
Can I make another
what is Super Bowl, Chris?
A media night report.
Sure.
An official Guillermo's media night report. Put the graphic right underneath here. Kyle Shanahan looks like he's over this. We saw him on the stage yesterday. All the pageantry, everybody's having fun. He was walking out. He's just like, why am I here? This is so stupid. He did not seem like he wanted to be at that last night.
How was Andy Reid? Did he?
Oh, he loved it. He ate all that up.
Yeah,
he seems to like it.
Right.
But he's also like, he's at the point in his life, in his career where
he might retire.
He has the 2 Super Bowls. He's there every year. He's just like, I'm going to have fun. This isn't a big deal. Where like Kyle, it felt like he's there and he's like, this is a redemption game for him. You know what I mean? Like he lost the last time he was there.
It's a business trip.
We have people like Stugotz putting on his top 8 list of people with the most pressure of remaining in the playoffs 2 weeks ago. And I feel like he hears those things and it gets to him and he's like, you know what? I really got to win this game. I don't have time for, these shenanigans tonight.
He's moved up to number 1 on that list. He has the most pressure of anyone on the field on Sunday.
Couldn't it just mean that he meant business last night?
Yeah, it's a business trip. That's what I said.
You're looking at that negatively, like he's not into this.
No, he didn't want to be there. Has this vibe of like, I don't want to talk to the media. I'm too smart. I don't want to deal with you. It's like, get over yourself, man. I mean, I said it.
Would you have had that opinion if I didn't say that you looked last night like you didn't want to be there?
Probably, because he's Chris Sims' best friend. I don't want to offend him. Then Sims gets mad at me, but really gets mad at you.
You're fine.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to rip him. So
if Billy never brought the name up, I probably would not have ripped him.
Well, it's Coach Day. We have to talk about them
but
today.
It's Coach Day.
I have a question for your top 5.
I needed to give you something, Chris.
There's another Super Bowl winning head coach you're not putting on this list, and it's Sean Payton. What are we doing with him?
Wait, what list is this?
This is
the top current head coaches.
Yeah.
Got it.
Is there anyone that should be in that top 5?
He won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers.
But no one's putting him on the list.
Listen, if you look at the resume, Mike McCarthy has had the same coaching career as Mike Tomlin.
And he's won 12 games the last 3 seasons in Dallas, but they have choked in the playoffs historically.
I know, but if we're doing it by Super Bowls, though, like
vibes matter, though, Stugotz.
Yeah, vibes matter.
If you're doing it by vibes, D'Amico Ryans, that's a nice vibe.
Up and coming.
Great vibes.
Yes, sir.
Great vibes.
Yes, sir, Ski.
Are you putting them in your top 5?
Right now, yes, I
top
am.
Top 5
having my top
list,
5.
yeah.
Yes,
absolutely. Is that a different list?
Is he number 1?
Juju, can we get a top?
Maybe.
Can we get a top 5 vibe list from you?
I got you.
Is Mike McDaniel in there?
Top 5 coaches? Not 5.
Do we still have good vibes about?
That's why, I feel like at one point in the season, McDaniel would have been at least on the vibes list.
But he's not even the top Mike McDonald or McDaniel in the league anymore. As a head coach.
Whoa.
I'm talking about this Seattle's new coach. They have the same name.
I got it. Wait, are we saying Andy Reid's the best coach in football right now?
I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's funny, man. Andy Reid, 5-6 years ago, was the guy who couldn't win the big
game. He can't manage the clock. He doesn't know how to do timeouts.
Right. Ridiculous.
He did the punt kick.
It's funny.
With the little helmet.
You just add a little Mahomes into that recipe. Tastes great.
Now you got to stew.
Well, no, that's the difference. Right. Mahomes would have won with any coach. You guys agree with that, right? Doesn't matter.
No, if you were on the Bears, no Super Bowls.
Or the Jets. If the Jets, something would have happened with the Jets.
No, I think quarterbacks like that can even overcome.
The Bears, no one can overcome the Bears.
The Jets. What do you mean? I mean, Jared Goff did it in Detroit, so.
I think the take might be, hey, Mahomes, you want to impress me? Demand a trade to the Jets.
What did Jared Goff do in Detroit, Stu?
I mean, Detroit was a lousy organization forever, and a decent quarterback came in and made them good.
Does he have?
He doesn't have any. That's a fair point. You're right.
You at your own personal record book game.
But you don't think if I put Mahomes on the Jets are great?
They'll be
Not
great.
when Adam Gase was there, buddy.
Oh, man.
How do you guys feel about the World Cup going to MetLife?
Oh, my God. I cannot believe that they picked
Godless football.
MetLife. It is in the middle of a parking lot in New Jersey.
But they're going to play on natural grass, I would assume, right? They can't play on the turf that injures all the football players.
No,
I doubt it.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yes.
It's crazy. It is like one of the most difficult stadiums to get to from the major metropolitan area near it.
But Jess is right. They put big events there, and they sell it as New York.
Yeah.
It is the
It's
furthest
not.
thing from New York. It is literally built over a garbage dump in northern New Jersey.
Yeah.
Like, it's a disgusting area.
And it's hard to get around there, too.
Yes. Yeah, traffic's very hard.
Yeah.
Yep. I have top 5 beans if you guys want.
Oh.
Oh, I definitely want that.
Weren't you doing top 5 coaches?
No, Juju was doing top 5 vibes.
Five coaches.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I
A lot
got
going
number
on.
5. I got
Radio
number
Round,
5
Billy.
ready for you right now. Number
Oh,
5.
You want to go? So
Yes,
want to
sir.
go dueling?
Yeah, we can't go dueling.
All right, you go first with your 5th vibe, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Number 5, John Harbaugh.
Yep,
You
strong.
feel me?
Really? Vibe.
I like how he dances in the locker room with his
But
players.
the vibes right now are like pretty bad.
But as far as his teammates and his team, and like, I don't judge him for the last game. The whole season. Did you see the Hard Knock episode where the Ravens had to play them Dolphins? It was a movie. It was
Yeah.
like, oh my God. So I think he still has my vibe test.
I think to
Okay.
Juju's point, Harbaugh, like regardless of how they they keep not getting to the AFC Championship game, but no one's really questioning Harbaugh and all that.
But
Yeah.
Juju, if Lamar Jackson goes his whole career in Baltimore and never wins a Super Bowl, like that's on John Harbaugh, right?
He's on the pie.
You would think, especially not running the ball and all that, or the scheming problems they had with that
Yeah.
last game with Patrick Mahomes and them boys. So
Yep.
yeah,
I would
get
think
that.
5 years from now, if Lamar Jackson still hasn't won a Super Bowl, Harbaugh's no longer the coach.
Yeah.
You would
Right?
have to, yeah.
Yeah,
You'd
that's
have to
that's
wonder.
fair.
You're right.
Did you guys see that Jim's son Jay was hired by the University of Washington?
Hard worker.
How does that go?
No, I thought he went to the Seahawks. The Belichick son got
Belichick
hired.
went to Washington.
He
yes.
got hired
Steve
before
Belichick.
his dad did
Nepo
Right.
babies.
That's
to
it.
be the DC at
Right.
Washington.
Right.
Well, that's it. I
It's a
messed
lot
that
of,
up.
there's a lot of Nepo babies in Seattle.
They work hard.
I think Belichick's happy with that. I don't think he really wants his son on his staff, and so he was like, all right, he got another job. I don't
So
have to hire him. when I
That's
get
why
back."
he didn't
Opposite
take a job.
coast.
Wow. That's a theory.
I'm more curious about the Harbaugh and like if he thought like Jay Harbaugh thought like, oh sweet, like we're going to the Chargers, and he's like, we're not going anywhere. Like, I'm going to the Chargers. Good luck, buddy.
All right.
All right, Juju, give us the rest of the list.
Wait, no, hold on.
Stu got
oh, wait,
next.
sorry. Bean.
Number 5, Billy Bean.
Oh, okay, nice.
Number 5.
Brad Pitt as Billy Bean or
Just Billy
actual
Bean.
Billy? Okay.
Yes, Billy Bean.
Number 4, D'Amico Ryans.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Really?
Only 4.
I thought
Yeah.
it'd be
Pretty
1.
higher.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what have you done for me lately? But it's also mixed with a year only in coaching. So hey, here we are.
Number 4, Butterbean.
Mm.
You're just gonna go for the joke the whole time.
The entire time. Just two more to go, Chris.
3 more.
No, 1 is just your spoiler alert.
Number 3, Mike McDaniel, baby.
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you.
Miami
Juju.
Mike.
I didn't know if you were like,
Vibe?
shut up, he's not on it, or I'm gonna put him on it. Thank you.
Billy, you like that vibe? I mean,
He's got a vibe, Billy.
Does
He's
he?
TikTok's coach. They love him.
I
on
think the
that app.
vibe is better when you're like, 10-2, putting
Exactly.
up 70 points, and
yeah.
then it becomes
That's
annoying.
kinda, I don't know if say annoying, but it's like
They got to win a playoff game this upcoming year. I'm with you. But as of right now, vibes are still high.
They got
yeah.
a game.
Just
That's what I said.
I know
this
the
year,
expectations keep going
Lower and
further
lower.
and
That's what
further down.
This year, I said you had to win 1 game for it to be a good season, and it wasn't a good season. So
Number 3, Mr. Bean.
yeah.
I got a homegirl that look like Mr. Bean. Sidebar.
What?
Neither here nor there.
Salute to Mrs. Bean.
Yep.
You dig me? What am I number 2?
Yeah.
Number 2, Andy Reid.
Yeah.
You dig? I love
Vibe?
it.
See,
Yes,
that's just
vibe. See, yeah. See,
the vibe and his coaching. He's on
right.
both lists.
He a
Yeah.
player. You know what I mean? He don't switch up. He wear the Hawaiian shirts. He eats hamburgers. He got his wife. Like I love that. That's a vibe, man. He go in there and dab with his players.
Oh, I love that so
Dab.
much.
You did.
He does
Andy
the
Reid.
little finger run.
He's great in
Yeah,
the commercial when he
commercial.
giggles at the end.
This guy is
Right.
the best coach in the NFL and second best on your top 5 vibe list, and he couldn't win the big game 6 years ago. This is annoying.
The
Like,
vibe list. And
It's all because of
Vibes
Mahomes.
change.
that doesn't have anything to do with
it
good
does.
We're not
coaching.
asking about the vibes 6 years ago, Stugotz.
I know you're right. We're dealing in today. You're right. Sorry about that. Number 2, Beanie Wells.
What was that?
I'm just trying to do it.
The fanfare?
Someone said-
Thank you, Chris. Good effort.
Number 1, with the coach with the best vibe in the entire NFL. No questions asked. Head coach Mike Tomlin.
Hell
I see
yeah.
you, big brother.
All right.
He is
Strong.
always the man, bro.
Cut your eyelids off.
You did cut him off, man. You remember they asked him the question at the end of the season? Salute the 6 who asked that
Just
question.
walked away.
Just walked off.
Right. Your contract is coming. Mike T, salute, bro.
Baked beans.
Oh, so the joke was I get it. Yeah, that's good.
You're a baked bean, Stugotz.
I am baked. Just leave it right there. What do you make me for?
You know.
We have 2 minutes left.
Yeah, we still have 2 minutes. I'm looking at you because we still have 2 minutes to do. Yeah, he's about to take off his headset. We still have 2 minutes of show to do.
No, I understand that, but you just like Billy loves to do this. He just leaves me. He just leaves me in this like, and we're back.
You just go,
and then just silence.
This is what Stugotz said. Stugotz said, I am baked.
Yeah, he goes.
It's the perfect ending.
He goes, I'm a baked bean. Let's leave it right there. And Fuentes is holding up 2 minutes like, we still got 2 minutes to do here.
I'm a little worried about you. It's Tuesday. You seem tired because she said baked bean. I just said I'm baked. Like, that's it. I mean, a lot going on Radio Row.
How do we feel about the refried bean?
I don't like the refried bean.
I mean, come on. It's a strong bean.
Really?
The bean and cheese burrito from Taco Bell. It used to be like 80 cents. I don't know if that's still how much it costs, but I lived off of that in college.
Cheesy bean and rice. Come on, give me some. Thank you. I didn't say it. You're lucky I didn't say it.
Fast food prices in general are outrageous.
Crazy. So expensive now.
Outrageous.
Don't get me started. I just spent $6 on a Starbucks coffee. It was just an espresso shot.
I spent $9 on a sandwich here.
$9 on mine.
I spent $3 on a cup of water.
Yeah, but
you had to pay for water.
Wait, are you serious? Here?
Yeah, in Black History Month.
I was gonna say.
That's outrageous.
Can I end it there?
No, he says no.
Jesus Christ, Fuentes.
It's bad if we're running out of steam at 7 o'clock on Tuesday.
We've had 2 perfect endings. I wish we waited 30 seconds.
Nah. Third time's a charm.
To get to it. What is your go-to fast food late night when you're hungover? Like when you know you're going to be hungover the next day? I always go Burger King chicken sandwich because it absorbs all the alcohol. Yes.
I go Chinese delivery because it's going to get everything.
T-Bizzle.
I'm baked.
Hey, stuff.
3 more seconds.